They are making a difference on 938 Live.
Tomorrow, the 13th of September, is World First Aid Day, and it's a time to remember that first aid is a life-saving skill and ensure that a growing number of people and communities everywhere are prepared and equipped to save lives when a disaster or emergency happens. Over the past few days on They Are Making a Difference, I've been talking to a few Singaporean First Aiders, and today we turn the mic over to Ai Nin Yu. She's been volunteering with the Singapore Red Cross for 4 years. When have you felt most stressed when you're a first aider?
Okay, I would say when I see a very severe injuries, the injuries intensity is really beyond my help, which is beyond the first aid scope, then I will have to decide to, how to escalate and how to get the injury person to hand over to the SCDF or hand over to hospital.
Can you take us through one such incident and how you handled it?
I'm a first aider for First Aider on Wheel program of Singapore Red Cross. Yeah, so I had this one lady who had a jellyfish, who get a jellyfish sting. So she was really in pain, and her pain intensity was very high that she can't even talk and she can't even respond to me properly. So that was when I have to trigger SCDF and call for the SCDF ambulance, and you have to hand over her to the SCDF personnel. So that is when I can't really, as a first aider, I can't really give her any treatment because this is a jellyfish sting. That is where I get really stressed because I can't help her to ease the pain.
Beyond situations like that, have you ever felt really accomplished because you were a first aider and you were able to aid in the situation?
Yes, also there are many situations like when people are just abrasions, just minor cuts, then as a first aider we can treat them and we can give them the treatment. Some of them people, especially the kids, if even the injuries is very small, but they get shaken by, the injuries. When they see blood, they will be very afraid of that. But as a first aider, we can clean them up and patch up and make them feel comfortable, and they feel much better after the treatment, although the treatment is just a small treatment.
For severe situations like the jellyfish sting, though, surely you have some skills as a first aider to be able to ease the situation. How about being able to handle her emotions?
Oh yeah, her emotion definitely, because as a first aider, someone is beside them to giving a care and at least attending to her, so she felt actually much more comfortable with someone beside her, and at least even like holding my hand and just grabbing my hand, and it actually make her feel slightly better, I believe. Yeah, because she didn't even let go of my hand all the way until the SCDF arrived, and I hand over her to the SCDF paramedics.
What are some of the most memorable missions that you've been on?
There is one that I met this little girl again at the ECP, East Coast Park, on First Aid on Wheel program. So this girl actually, she fell from her rollerblade, and she had abrasion on her knee, and she had some bleedings, and because of the bleeding and the fall, she had a big fright. So she was a bit shaken the time that I attended to her, although her mom is beside her. So I tried to cool her down and clean the wounds, and I asked her whether she has any head injuries. She hit her head. Then she was very nervous at first, but after I cleaned up the wounds and I patched up and I talked to her, she cooled down, and end of the treatment, she gave me a very big smile and said, when I grow up, I want to be like you. So I really feel, personally, I really feel very touched, because it is something that I just give a very little first aid treatment to her, but on her side, she received it really well, and she even feel like to be me when she grew up.
What skills do you think are the most important when it comes to being a first aider?
All the first aid skills are equally important. Once we learn the first aid and we identify ourselves as a first aider, we must be very confident, and we must ensure that we know what we need to do as a first aid within the first aid scope and not beyond the first aid scope.
And that was Ai Nin Yu, who has been volunteering with the Singapore Red Cross for 4 years. Do remember, 13th of September is World First Aid Day. And if you want to find out more about how you can get trained as a first aider so you're always prepared, you can visit redcross.org.sg. This has been They Are Making a Difference. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Daphne Lim.
They Are Making a Difference on 938 Live.